South.
Summer is for camp at Reflection Riding. Register your child today.
You know, I bet if you got a bunch of people together, let's just say 20 people in the Tennessee Valley, and said, raise your hands, who here struggles with allergies? Every single person would probably raise their hand. So if you're in that category, you are in luck this morning, because this is Dr. Taylor Atchley. He is with the Allergy and Asthma Group of Galen. Good to see you this morning.
Hey, good to see you, Julie. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to have you. You and I have had kind of a fun conversation off air too.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are a very approachable doctor. And that's something that I think you seem to pride yourself on at the group, is that you said you want to let people know that when they come to you, the first thing you're going to do is listen to them.
Right, yeah, absolutely. You know, each patient appointment that we have, the first step is just sitting back and listening, right? And our patients, you know, they fill out some things beforehand, so I have a general idea of what they're there for in the beginning. But you know, so many doctors, it's just get patients in and out, and at the Allergy and Asthma Group, we sit back, we listen, because we know the answers are in the story, you know, in the patient's history.
Yeah.
And then we, you know, we determine based on that story, you know, where do we go with our testing or any diagnostics?
Well, okay, I'll kind of piggyback on that. So once upon a time, I was a very severe asthmatic. Somehow mine went away, but I was hospitalized multiple times. And it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I remember that one of the things I so loved with the doctors who were able to help me was that they didn't make me a formula. They really studied my own history to see what my needs were going to be.
Well, every patient's different, and you know, there's some overlap with the medications we use. I mean, I use a lot of the same medications on different people, or have the same plans for treatment among different people, but everybody's different. You know, we listen to the story and get, you know, do you have an issue with nasal sprays where you can't tolerate them for your allergies, right? Do these inhalers not work well with your schedule? Do we need something simpler? There's all kinds of things there that we have to take into account the personalized treatment for, and asthma is a big part of it.
So I mentioned the people in the room all raising their hands.
Yes, ma'am.
Chattanooga has become increasingly a sought-out city for people in other parts of the country. You yourself were living in Las Vegas for a while before you came back home. I've traveled a lot in my career. Different places you live in the country have different triggers for people. So I bet you're finding a lot of folks who are newcomers here who are thinking, what in the world is happening to me?
Oh, absolutely. The topography of Chattanooga, you know, the kind of holds these particulate matters in there, pollens and pollutants and things like that. Even more so than Las Vegas, where it was very dusty, you know, and deserty. I'm not sure if deserty is a word, but anyways.
It is today.
But Chattanooga, people will feel it when they move here and they have allergies, and that can, you know, that can affect asthma too. And that's a big part of what we do at the Allergy and Asthma Group is, you know, not just runny noses, but asthma and lung health.
I brought up my asthma.
Yes,
so mine was definitely seasonal triggered.
Of course, yeah.
So I had to be very careful in the spring and fall.
Yeah.
If you have allergies, though, that are more of the typical sniffling, sneezing, runny nose stuff, but you don't get it under control, can it lead to asthmatic problems?
Particularly in children, right? So, you know, when we see young children, we're always keeping in mind something called the atopic march. These things like eczema, asthma, and then allergies of the nose and sinuses tend to go together and run in families. And they tend to come along as kids grow up. And so if we do allergy testing in a child and we discover some things that trigger this inflammation in their nose and sinuses, hopefully we can help decrease their exposure to that, where it doesn't trigger that underlying inflammation that leads to asthma too.
It's a very frightening thing as a parent if you have a child with asthma. So we're sitting here talking on the cusp of summer and summer camps. Talk to me a little bit, if you can, about signs of an asthma attack, because doesn't each person present in a unique way?
They can. There's a lot of overlap and similarities, though. What's different from person to person, or can be different, are the triggers, right? Pollens and allergies are a very common trigger. Exercise is a common trigger. Dust, cold air, and some people have some of those triggers. Some people only have one, right? And so it's important to identify those triggers and then provide each patient with a plan. You know, when you start feeling the symptoms of asthma, persistent coughing, some wheezing, some chest tightness. What do you do at that time? You know, and all of our patients get a written asthma action plan, so they know exactly what to do.
Medications can also be more effective for some people than others, so sometimes there's a trial and error.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I tell almost all my patients, maybe not all, but one of the things I say over and over is, when you come to visit us, it may not be just a one and done appointment. It can be kind of a journey to get your health where it needs to be regarding allergies and asthma.
And because of that, you sometimes are going to be going on a regular basis, maybe not just once a year. So you have different locations around the area to make it convenient for people. Let me see if I've got this right. You still got Gun Barrel Road.
Yes, ma'am.
Hickson.
Yes, ma'am.
Dalton.
Yes.
Fort Oglethorpe.
That's right.
Who am I leaving out?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
That's
I'm
right.
so sorry. Cleveland, I left you out.
Oh, it's a test for me too. I sometimes I can't get them straight. I've been working with the Allergy and Asthma Group for about 2 years now, and what are our locations?
Well, welcome back home. I know
Thank
this
you.
is home for you, and we're glad to
ma'am.
have you back. GetReliefHere.com is their website. That's what they promise to help you do, or their phone number, 499-4100. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Scan the code now and download the free Local 3 weather app, powered by your Local 3 Storm Alert team. Live radar for your neighborhood, accurate local forecasts, anytime, anywhere.
Brought to you in part by Langley Roofing and Warren and Griffin.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. Many times your injury was because of a defective product, and our team of product